On this episode of Two Tickets, Please.
So this movie really was a lot of fun, and the action was just borderline just John Wick, Quentin Tarantino craziness that I absolutely love. Love this kind of filmmaking, even just a small pinch of Guy Ritchie. Hello, and welcome to Two Tickets, Please. I'm Art with no Amber. Amber will not be here for this episode. She has been called away to aid the cultural attaché to Greece to help with a specific fashion faux pas that only her expertise could solve. So, Amber, we wish you luck and Godspeed. And now, on with this episode. And this episode is awesome. This episode is about a movie I went to go see just by chance because, plans have changed. Amber couldn't be here for this episode, so we had to rearrange the schedule a bit. But the movie I ended up going to see in the movie theater was They Will Kill You.
This building is a temple to Satan. Each month we must pay with a human sacrifice. The building was designed to be a death trap.
Our offering is on the loose. Be on the lookout. I just dropped her picture in the group chat.
I don't know what is going on in here. But pray, I am in a forgiving mood.
This is directed by Kirill Solikov. He's best known for directing No Looking Back and Why Don't You Die? And basically, the premise of this movie is that Asia, played by Zazie Beetz, she pretends to be a maid at a legendary it looks like a hotel, but actually it's an apartment building called the Virgil, to rescue her estranged sister, Maria, played by Myhala. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, from these residents who actually hunt people for sport. Now, this movie stars Zazie Beetz. She's also known for Deadpool 2, Bullet Train, and Joker. Also starring Myhala, also known for Leave the World Behind, Bodies, and Industry. Starring also Peterson Joseph, known for Wonka, Julius Caesar, and The Leftovers. Then we have Tom Felton. That name might ring a bell. He's known for Fackham Hall, The Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and of course, Harry Potter, where he plays the legendary and one of the best character arcs, redeeming arcs I've seen in a long time, Draco Malfoy. That's where our boy Malfoy's in this movie, and he does a dang good job in this one too. Also starring Patricia Arquette. That is right, the Academy Award winner, Patricia Arquette, known for the TV series Medium, her Academy Award winning performance in the film Boyhood, and of course, one of our awesome final girls from the 80s in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 in The Dream Warriors. So we have a star-studded cast. This movie surprised the holy heck out of me. First of all, the setting of the movie. Okay, it's in New York, and it's at this fictional apartment building called the Virgil. This apartment building is a sprawling, brutalist apartment complex. It feels more like a fortress, actually kind of like a prison. It's beautiful, based in Art Deco. In the story, it's supposed to be over 100 years old, and it's a great setting for this movie all to take place. It also, kind of keeps it kind of condensed in one area to kind of simplify location shots. It was a beautiful set for this hotel / apartment building. And I really, really loved the Art Deco part of it. It really was amazing. So the reason these people are hunting other people in this movie is you find out that, not to give too much away for spoilers, but you kind of find out that maybe these people have a specific deal going on. And this deal really isn't meant for riches and power. It's meant more for longevity. So without giving it too much away, there's a certain deal that's struck in which these residents have to meet on a specific basis in order to maintain that longevity and health. So, with that premise, the character Asia goes looking for her estranged sister. They have a falling out at a real pivotal moment in her sister's life, very young. And basically, one goes to prison and the other one lives a life that the older sister doesn't know about until she starts hunting for her at this legendary apartment building. And that's where it kind of goes kind of cattywampus and crazy. This movie is a lot of fun. It is shot with a very Quentin Tarantino kind of vibe. The camera angles, the shots, the fighting, the kills. I have seen some really good kills in the past couple of movies I've seen, especially with Ready or Not 2. Those were just fun. Some really good fun times to be had with horror. However, I would say that the kills in this movie rival, if not even surpass, much of what I have seen in the movies thus far this year. So this movie was a pleasant surprise. I believe I've seen a trailer for this movie one time, maybe a couple months before it was even supposed to come out. And then I basically forgot about it. And that's my fault. I slept on this movie. So again, just by happenstance that Amber couldn't make this episode, we had to change the schedule. I went to go see a movie I had no plans to see. And boy, am I glad that I went to go see this movie. This movie really, really surprised me. It is a ton of fun. The moment the action starts, you are just, you're blown away, not only by the action and again, like the direction and also, but the writing in this is absolutely hilarious. So it's not just killing for killing's sake. It is a dark comedy and they really do know how to play at the laughs on this one. Sometimes we're at the point where you're kind of thinking, should I be laughing at this? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it, but I don't know. It's that kind of writing. The atmosphere is, again, a beautiful Art Deco setting. Creepy because, you see all these other maids in there doing work for this, what I would think would be a luxury apartment back in those days. I will say this, though, those apartments are pretty dang big for New York. I would say 100 years ago, these things were large suites that these people get to stay in. So that's kind of impressive. However, you do get to see really awesome set pieces with the kitchenette, old refrigerators with the latch door handles, the freezers on the bottom, just the bare necessities, super clean, super beautiful. I love it. A simple bed with a creaky old bed frame. Everything you want to see that gives this film its texture, its feel, its vibe that sets you in a perfect setting so you can sit back and relax until the carnage starts. And then you are at the edge of your seat. I would have to say I was not bored with this movie in any way, shape, or form. Even when you go to the backstories, I know like with weapons, you were really getting going with the story. And just when things were about to get to a certain point, it would cut away to get the backstory of another character in the movie. This one does a similar kind of filming technique, is similar kind of premise. And I would have to say, even though I loved Weapons very, very much, it was a movie that really surprised me, much like this one did. Sometimes when they did the cutaways, like I was really wanting to see what was going to happen there. It's like, oh, I had to sit through and watch this. But of course, with the awesome writing and directing of that movie, you got sucked into the movie right again. With this movie here, with They Will Kill You, I would have to say, when they started cutting away to the backstory, you were chomping at the bit to find out what the heck was going on with this movie and with these characters. So this movie really was a lot of fun and the action was just borderline, just John Wick, Quentin Tarantino craziness that I absolutely love. Love this kind of filmmaking, even just a small pinch of Guy Ritchie in there. This movie really had a lot of great surprises, a great time. The acting was fantastic. I mean, Patricia Arquette was in this movie just chewing it up, but not in a really like hammy kind of way, just showing her chops. She has an Irish accent in this one. Very nice and lovely to hear from Miss Arquette. So, by the way, that was a terrible one, but I do what I can. I would say she just was fantastic. You can see her talents and you can tell she had a whole heck of a lot of fun in this one. Now, as far as horror movies are concerned, Miss Patricia doesn't do too many of them. But her most prominent one, of course, as I said, would have to be Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors, where she was our final girl in that movie with a specific kind of power, with judo flips and chops and whoos and ha's, also with the ability to pull people into her dreams. So that was kind of cool. So to see her branch off of that, to see her flex again in this genre was a real treat. And then, oh my gosh, let's talk about Tom Felton. Let's talk about Tom Felton. He was awesome in this movie. You could tell that he had a really good time. Now, I know Tom has done other things other than Harry Potter. Of course, he will probably live in infamy forever as Draco Malfoy. In this movie, of course, he's playing a bad guy, but there's an angle to the reason why these people are doing what they're doing and why they hunt what they hunt. And one of the biggest surprises of this movie, Heather Graham is in this movie. Heather Graham is in this movie looking fantastic as always. And I would say of all the deaths that you get to witness in this movie, she probably has the one that's the most fun. If you could actually break a death down in that way, in these movies you can. And I would say her deaths, I'll put it that way, they were the most fun and most inventive when it came to any kind of a kill. So you can tell she had a great time with this. Now, Miss Heather she's dipped her feet into the foyer of horror more in the past, I would say 5 years. She's done more than one horror movie. So she's, I think, found a little kind of a niche for her. I know with actors and actresses, they all have their moments, their time to shine, their time, and then it kind of cools off. The great thing about, and one of the reasons why I love horror so much, is that it gives these movie stars and these actors a way back into a zeitgeist that is very popular now. Horror is dominating everywhere you can look. It is a great genre. It's a fantastic way, which I've said more than once, of taking really awesome themes and putting a different lens on it, a different spin on it, different fun spin on it, but still coming across the same message with dealing with either classism, government, whatever it is. Horror can put a nice little mirror right in front of what's going on today, put a little fog, a little smoke, a little cobwebs, and next thing you know, you got a next level story that really just knows how to hit home for a lot of people and gives people a window back into the craft that they love so much. So it's really awesome to see Heather Graham back in movies again. And then this one, she really has a great time. She does a great job as always. Was there ever a doubt? But again, fantastic kills, and she had a great time. But let's talk about the stunt work and the work and the hours that Miss Zazie Beetz put into this movie. I am telling you, in this movie, I'd say she would give John Wick a run for his money. My gosh, Beatrice Kiddo, look out. I think someone's coming for what you got. She was amazing. You can tell she worked very hard for this movie. She did so much of the action. There was so many awesome practical effects. So a lot. One of our favorite terms here at Two Tickets, Please, huge blood jobs. I'm talking about fun, big old elaborate blood jobs. And I'm here for it every single day. This movie had me at the edge of my seat. It had me laughing. It had me thrilling. It had all the things, and just marveling at the work that Zazie did for this movie. Hats off and respect to you. You did a fantastic job. I am blown away. I was already blown away with your work and your comedic timing that she had with Deadpool 2. You can tell she's got that good rhythm. She knows what she's doing, and give her in the right direction, she will pull off an amazing job. And in this movie, it's no disappointment in any way, shape, or form. She really did shine in this movie. So all in all, I would say, if you haven't seen this movie, what are you doing? What was I doing? How in the world could I sleep on a movie like this? And that's what I'm afraid of with this movie. I'm afraid it's going to be one of those movies that people are going to talk about. It's going to have a lot of buzz once it leaves the theater. It's going to be one of those awesome hidden gems. But my goal with these movies is to go out and see as many as I can, so they don't have to be hidden gems. They can be movies that shine right up there with the big boys, with the other big movies. And since there's a lot of horror coming out right now, there's a lot of really big budget movies, like we had Sinners and Nosferatu. And don't get me wrong, I love those movies. Those movies made an impact, not just for horror, but it made an impact in the way people view race, elitism, and it brought a lot of the things to light in a really fun form factor. These smaller movies who have smaller budgets know how to do these movies intelligently, where they take the budget and they spend it on the smart parts. So again, I would say if you have the chance, first of all, I'm going to give my rating. I would buy 1 ticket, please. And once, of course, was there ever a doubt, I will buy this movie when it comes out on physical media. I will buy my Blu-ray. I will support in any way that I can. It is a fun movie. I think you will really enjoy it. Go see it now in the theaters if you can, if it's still there. I know it's rounding on it's in the senior phase of its time in the movie theaters, but if you get a chance, go check out this movie. I don't think you'd be disappointed whatsoever. And go support your local theaters. I got to see it at the Brighton 12 AMC with my A-list for AMC, and I was extremely happy. The theater was clean. Shout out to the crew at that theater. Yeah, I think you will thoroughly enjoy this movie. It's not just the horror aspect of it, it's the comedy aspect and the action. It will keep you going and keep you at the edge of your seat for the entire movie. So I recommend you go see it. That's the end of my little video today. Mine is Amber. Hopefully she's doing a great job for the cultural attaché to Greece. And don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, and of course, right here on YouTube. Don't forget to click that subscribe and like, and also follow, and leave some comments for us. We are really interested in what you have to say. Maybe you had a completely different experience with this movie, a different point of view. Maybe this is not your gig and you want to see something else. Let me know. If there's movies that you suggest that you want us to go see and review, please leave those in the comments. We will take a look and see what we can do and get those movies on the books. So thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you. And until next time, keep watching your movies, guys. Bye-bye.